Yo, what's good, guys? Back here with another video. You already know it's late, it's crazy. So, today we're, you know, doing another Madden stream. Week 10, probably gonna play till week 13, 12, something like that, maybe. Really close to. I'm hoping I can get 10 O's or like 10-0, streak. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. It's crazy, it's lit. Sorry, I'm not feeling too good today, but I'll still stream for the people that support me.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
From the future home of Super Bowl 56, there's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger offense readying for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his second season now out of Oregon.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong, and a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 83 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at feeding the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Cook.
It's crazy.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick
Can't
up
believe
6.
he caught it.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Play action. It's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Let's go, Jay Jettis. I'll take it.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive.
Look at that right there. Only 2 interceptions.
That's
not the best, but...
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
Go Kittle.
In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just
go,
know who's
go.
going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean,
Go, Cook, go.
Say, we've got to take
Go,
this guy
Cook.
away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's okay.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards.
Let's go, Jay Jettis.
Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total
he didn't hold it.
What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Dang.
That is incomplete. The coverage
Threw it into coverage.
There, and it's
bad.
2nd down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, The next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Flush to his right.
Let's go, Samuel.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football,
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
I always try to kick it lower so it isn't like, so they don't kneel, because sometimes I can tackle them before they
drive about to get going.
Get to 25.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season.
I'm coming for you,
Herbert.
Herbert.
That this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now it's Herbert. It's caught on the right side. Williams. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Let's go,
You tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here are the Vikings now to start their...
My percentage, 80.
Next drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles. 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl
Samuel.
contender,
Run it.
if not the outright favorite through 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. Throwing on
nothing.
2nd and 14. Herbert. Say hello to Eric.
He wasn't in safety. Huh?
They're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush.
Oh,
they know
my
how to get
Lord.
after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some
1 yard
answers
from
right
safety. Sad. I literally. It's kind of sad. I trucked one of them and then freaking fell over.
now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Let's go, Tomlinson. Don't fall over again.
Run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. Well, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Ayuk.
This returnable for Ayuk.
You're like a ticking time bomb. You're like a ticking time bomb. You're like a ticking time bomb. You're like a ticking time bomb.
He's gonna score. It's a Viking touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Yeet.
They really capitalized on that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Short kick, and they brought it all the way back.
Yeah, you start thinking, wow, maybe he can take it to the 35, get us in great shape. Heck, he just took it the whole way.
Yeah, no sense stop.
Get this instant replay. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. You. That was close, my boy. Oh, wait, let's rewind. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm going right side. Psych, I lie. Love ain't gonna catch me. Wait, did I double hurdle my team? Oh no, I like smacked my teammate. Hurdle. Yeah, my arm. Crazy.
When they're not going to stop you, take it all the way in.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and throw for it. On the move to his left. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Thorough domination right now, and the game plan is simple, obviously, Charles. They're going for 2 after every touchdown, and it's 24-0.
Don't you just get the sense right now that they're just flexing? I mean, you'd be able to do whatever they want, how they want, 3 2-point conversions. And now they're up 24-0. So essentially they gained a field goal out of it without even trotting the kicker out there.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Well, it's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's
Go.
David Arnett
Go.
picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
That was such a good catch. That's why I went. Because, like, you ain't gonna expect this guy right here. No, this guy right here. To be blocking. And just randomly. I think the ball was either intended for one of these two. Definitely intended for. Probably. the Williams right here, number 81. But he just threw it a little short or whatever, too far. But it's just the whole fact that my guy like is watching the ball and just, I don't know, has that ultra instinct. Turn, grab, get right back up, even though my teammate literally was just standing over the top of me. Get right back up. Run. He was a little slow to run. So he was like kind of walking. And then to legit, I'm like, oh shoot, I'm gonna get tackled. Jump. Boom. Right in the end zone. It's crazy.
So the Vikings bringing the offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalize a little bit on top.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they
Oh, my Lord.
Fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Looking to throw.
Oh.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clout.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Nick Vigil, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Ayuk to return it.
Oh, I jumped wrong time.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback.
Oh my
They
God.
also have to have interest in the running game as well.
Look, are you
They
good?
did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not
Probably
giving
hurt.
ground.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Completes it to Samuel. Touchdown, Vikings. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll buy some time right.
Oof.
For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he
Yeah.
had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Ah,
Right?
that's true. You've said that before. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
Darn it, bro.
You're stuck with me in this booth.
Right.
He's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
That's good.
So now a fresh set of downs.
Ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna do nothing.
Roughing the passer.
I'm gonna truck him.
Here's Herbert.
Oh.
Over the
What?
middle, it's caught. Keenan Allen. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it 2nd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this
What?
out wide to Eckler.
What?
And he
What?
gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
That's some
Well, he was
bull
a
right
busy
there.
man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook.
Why are my guys
Gain of
not like
6
hit
there
sticking?
on
I'm
first.
hitting hit stick, but they're not hit
Nice
sticking.
rhythm throw there on first
Crazy.
down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Catch the. Oh
And
my
he
lord.
drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Ha!
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Oh, what a catch by Samuel. Room here to run. Oh, touchdown, Vikings. Deebo Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
They'll roll him out right.
Catch!
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. Rolling to his right. It's complete to Cook. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special team.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Nick Vigil. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah,
Take it to me,
just can't get out of their
please.
own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. He'll take it a few
Psych, I
steps
lied.
in front of the 50.
Oh. Oh.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete right side to Cook.
Can't take Cook down.
Maybe the
You can't take him down like that.
Rallying quickly after that broken tackle. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months
That's my guy.
Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
They'll run with Cook. Oh, and he will score.
You hear that guy? He went, whoa! He gets juked.
Down, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 21st touchdown of the season. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves.
Gotta see this guy's ankles one last time. This guy's ankles. Whoa.
Out of the play, and guess who benefited? The
Rush for 10 yards.
with the football.
Man.
They'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 1. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Herbert. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Fielded at about the 28. Now a hit and a loose football.
That was scary.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. A big pick up there on the scramble.
There we go. That's what it wanted
Charles,
me to
in
do.
the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, dang it.
The end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, and all deep in his own territory.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come
Bam.
up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Man, I love whenever I hit him in the face and then it's a fumble.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball.
Are they really chanting "Let's go Chargers" yet they're losing, like, horribly?
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And this one complete to Andre Roberts. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Oops.
On the screen, this is Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Jamie Dillon now as he's on to punt for L.A. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A big pickup there on the run. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the ground, it's Gallman again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. No, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. Back to throw. That's caught. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 19. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, my Lord.
There, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So the Vikings bringing the offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here. Back to throw here.
Okay, game.
But it's incomplete.
Let's go DBO Samuel.
So the defense
Not
gets the
nowhere
stop.
near
I know
one.
it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
Has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Charger drive about to get going. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Herbert throwing again. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Herbert now.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Minnesota, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the
Oh, after that game, I think I might go ahead and Pittsburgh. I think I have Pittsburgh. Man, after that, I will play this match. $60-minute experience. Sir. Also, guys, if there's any game that you all want me to play that I might have, drop it down in the comments.
Today,
Have it, and I'll do a stream.
from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis,
Shout out, even though I'm not very popular, but
it's
still.
Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
For later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Shark with HB wheel.
Ball up to the 35 now.
Go ahead
as they
and get
come
this
up
to
on
Samuel.
1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
11 yards
And he'll
already.
be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. Buying time to his
Completion
left.
right there.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the
TD.
end zone.
Oh
And
my
he's
god.
got it.
I'm so
Touchdown,
cracked.
Vikings. Adam
TD in
Thielen
2 plays.
with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm back.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. That's caught.
And it's very quickly 8-0. They wasted no time showing how aggressive they're going to be in this game. They get the quick score, and then they go for 2, CD.
Surf's up, partner. And when surf's up, you ride the wave. They felt great about that quick drive, put it in the end zone. Why not go for 2? They felt comfortable with the play call that they had.
And the home crowd loves it. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
Thank cool, Rodgers.
In my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
A throw to start the drive, but incomplete. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level.
Get out of here.
Drafted well, scouted free agents well, and scout your team just the way you're supposed to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
I thought you don't get pressured, huh? I thought you don't get pressured, huh?
He gets this to Devontae
Bunk.
Adams.
Look at that completion rate. Look at that completion rate.
He's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
About to bulldoze him.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
2nd and 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
And the ball on the 30. Here's
I think I'm
2nd
gonna
and
pass
4.
it, huh? No, I ain't gonna pass it. What was you
First
thinking?
carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel
Do this?
to
Right,
square.
did you do this?
And then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago.
Jay
The
Jettas!
Offensive player of the week.
Mr. Jettas!
25.
Mr. Jettas!
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll look to throw.
Oh my
God. But that's going
God.
to wind up incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The threat of a second.
I like how I think he might, if he would have just jumped, I think he jumped a little too soon to try and get that. Let's see. I think that was a little, this is a little early. I think he should have jumped right about, so put both his feet up in the, or at least right about there. He only did whatever he did. Quite stick onto it. I don't know why his other hand was up there with him. Bounced out right into the bucket. Still dropped it. Hit.
To start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers.
Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that.
He is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back?
I didn't even mean to throw it.
Great eyes, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. He'll drop to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kittle.
George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. He'll look to throw. Goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Give me that.
These defenses have
Give
become
me that.
so opportunistic. And no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Flushed out right. And
Oh
that
my
nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
So
Eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They do get a couple, but
there's only one play I know that I can run. Whenever I want to do passes.
Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty
But I'm
well,
not going to do it
somehow
until I
able
get
to
this
muscle his way
touchdown.
open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Joseph now to kick this one away.
Oh, Neil. Why do you always kneel?
25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well.
Big guy against little guy.
Means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game.
If they would show the tackle, it's just funny because I just like jump over him.
They haven't established that running game yet.
Wee.
The question is, will they?
My guy's like 6
First play of the drive
against
goes
this
the
little
wrong
like
way.
4-foot guy.
Here's 2nd and 12. On the delay, Jones.
Get out. Get out.
So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Vigil in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well,
This made him scared and then jumped my guy in front of him so he can't throw the ball because if he threw it, it would be right into my guy. And then gets tackled. Ah!
Add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On now is the Packers
Kick it to
punter,
me.
as
Kick
he'll
it to
kick
me.
it away for the
Kick it to
second
me.
time.
Let's go, Jay Jettas. Jay Jettas. Jay
Fielded at the
Jettas.
45.
Move, teammate. I'll take it.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very... Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Oh, I forgot to do my beautiful.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his
That's
right.
good.
And this is Cook with a grab. He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you.
Where
You're
you
able to
just
keep the quick
pass it to
pass
him
in
the
front
whole
of them
time.
and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 now. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
God dang it.
But that's going to wind up incomplete.
Why?
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. A touchdown. Dalvin Cook.
Okay, I'm definitely
his
clicking that.
25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead.
Oh, 1 second, guys. I gotta clip that. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. Stand still for a second. Broke them ankles. Fatality. Oh. Let's look at this. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Fatality. Fatality. At this moment. Ouch. Like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna. Never mind.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but his top two options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route. Worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with
can't block me.
Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
He didn't get that.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. And just shedding him off there. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talked with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
I wasn't even trying to press that guy.
Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16.
I love my breaking ankle. Do 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 do. I love to break them ankles. Do 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 do. Let's watch me break them ankles one last time. Do 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 do. Ankles, cankles, broken, awoken. Ankles are broken, heartbroken so many times at this moment. Stop. Stop. Of breaking them ankles.
They'll throw now on the final play. That's complete to Gallman. And so close, he gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Rodgers going to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Scores, bro.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, and are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. I'm not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this belongs to the Vikings.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So the completion was...
I think I broke someone's ankles there, or at least pushed him over. Basically, his ankles are broken. This guy, I just feel bad for him. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. You aren't needed here. Bah.
There in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. He'll dump this off to Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really
think I'm okay.
pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Z spot. Go to Someone.
Now back to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Rolling to his right.
Nope.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This game,
So the defense
bro.
gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook.
O'Neal in this time,
from the
Rodgers.
2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. Open man left side. It's the tight end DeGuara. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And it's fielded at the 34. A nice little juke. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Being chased out left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Now, once again, the Vikings are going to go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Rodgers on the return. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Good. Just don't let Aaron Rodgers complete any passes, please.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out.
Oh, my Lord.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We have played
the ball.
3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Joseph on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation for this defense as they have been porous all game long.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Very right, sir.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll set up a throw. And complete right side to Cook. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Vikings are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them...
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On second down, it's Jones. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. Oh, some strong running. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down to the 35. 87 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And that one drops down, incomplete.
Man.
Force the ball free, and it's
Ooh, this is gonna annoy
so
me.
after the incompletion on first,
Trying to
now
get to 80 at least, but
they're going to look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you set. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And a little...
man, bro.
Floater there is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Dancing to his left.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna put me down in the 60.
Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts.
Said I don't
This time
know.
on 3rd down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
God! Dang it, bro. I'm pressing the button.
And a turnover on downs. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive
It's the worst
underway.
one I've ever done, but that's the worst run I've ever played. All because I can't freaking get a better passer rate. That's so, whatever. Completion rate. That's so stupid, bro. Because look, I have a 75% complete pass.
Tomlinson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 20.
I've got to make it to where. Okay.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rodgers now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
What?
They've done their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Rodgers now on first down.
How does he get that?
It's Valdez-Scantling.
Okay, game. See how this game be treating me, bro?
Muster a yard here to the 38. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Rodgers again now. And running.
Going out of bounds.
He's got space. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Catch!
Oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
So stupid.
They're still throwing the football.
Can't play this game like that.
Oh
my
the incompletion
God.
stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
And of course it's going to count as a rush. Why?
Plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Back to throw here.
It's going to get blocked.
And Cook has it, left side. And he's going to be
Oh, Lord.
stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's incomplete.
Oh
They
my
cannot
God! Oh my Lord.
So the final seconds
game,
have ticked
bro.
away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets.
bro.
They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one.
I know I
And that
seem
helped
mad.
out
I'm
their
just
defense. They didn't
annoyed.
have to
I'm
be
not
out there
like
the
really
entire
mad.
time.
I'm just
So
like
when you do that and you're out there fresh
not in the
play,
best mood because
Buffalo likes to
freaking I was
spring in your
trying
step,
so
and it showed
hard
up
to
in this
get
one.
that,
They had
but
a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the
man,
Vikings,
it's okay though.
they keep on rolling 10-0.
Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of the stream. You already know it's late, it's crazy, so yeah.